Charlie's Garden, Charlie's Garden. Welcome to Charlie's Garden, it's Charlie's Garden, Charlie's Garden. Welcome to Charlie's Garden. Yeah!
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Charlie's Garden. I am Charlie. Today we're going to go ahead and get some things done. Excuse my umbrella. I'm on my patio table at my patio table. So my umbrella's deciding to blow in the way. Yeah, just ignore that. Anyhow, today I wanted to get some garlic planted out. I actually already planted most of my garlic yesterday, but I forgot to record it. So I do want to record some today to just show you guys how I go about planting my garlic. This will be my 4th or 5th year growing garlic. I usually get a pretty good turnout. This last year was my worst. I planted like 100 cloves. I think I got maybe 40 cloves back. 40 heads of garlic back. But this year I'm trying something a little different, something I saw on Epic Gardening, and I want to get that done. So first, let's talk about the garlic that I'm planting. So I have some regular garlic, some music garlic, and some garlic that I grew last year. So the music garlic I purchased at my local nursery, because every time I looked for it online it was sold out because it's a very popular garlic to grow. So I did get some from my local nursery, and then I pulled some of the garlic that I grew last year, like my elephant garlic, and the other garlic that I grew, I didn't keep it separated, so I don't know what kind of garlic it is. It's either German garlic or it's not soft neck, so it's either more music garlic or German garlic. So we'll see. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is first, like I said, this is something that I saw on Epic Gardening, and I want to soak the garlic that I'm going to plant today. So you can soak it in any type of fertilizer. It should be full strength. So whatever the package says is full strength for the fertilizer that you're using, that's what you're going to do. I'm using, this is some 20-20-20 fertilizer, and I'm also using some earthworm casting tea to soak my my garlic in today. Yesterday I planted the music garlic, I said, and some elephant garlic. And for elephant garlic, I use elephant garlic comes in 3 different stages. So you get, of course, the whole elephant garlic. This is the one I grew last year. I never cut the stem all the way off, just me. But this is elephant garlic that I grew last year. This is a nice size head. So this one turned out very well. Actually, all of the elephant garlic that I grew last year turned out really well, even without soaking. But this year I did soak them in the fertilizer. So this is the final stage. I don't have the second stage bulb with me because I planted with all of those. But this is like the first stage. This is a garlic corm, C-O-R-M, corm. So this one has been soaked. That's why it's so dark. And basically, when you harvest your garlic, your elephant garlic, you'll see these little corms like stuck on the paper or whatnot, with underneath the paper. You can pull these off and you can plant these. So what these will give you is basically a round garlic clove. It's a pretty big sized clove, as a matter of fact, but it's completely round. And you could take that and also plant it and come up supposedly with another head of garlic. So those ones I've already planted. I'm going to plant this corm, and I'm going to go ahead and soak what I have here. I'm not going to use, this is my last head of elephant garlic, so I'm not going to do all of this, but I'm just going to do one just to show you guys what I do. So you don't have to take the paper off. I'm technically not taking all the paper off. I just took this loose stuff off just to get rid of debris. So we're going to take that, put it in a little container. These couple have already been soaked, and I'm going to put these 4 cloves in here. So everything else has already been soaked. And as I said, I've already mixed my fertilizer. I'm going to pour it in here. And I'm going to let that soak. So the ones that I planted yesterday, I let those soak for like 48 hours. You don't have to let it soak that long. A few hours, even a half an hour is good enough. Epic Gardener also soaked his first in peroxide for a couple of minutes to clean them. I'm not doing that. I don't think it's necessary. From what he said, he didn't do it the first couple of years either, and it actually didn't do any harm to his own garlic. But he did it to clean it from like funguses and stuff that he thought might have been in the soil. If I'm getting your story wrong, please forgive me. But that's what he said. So, but I'm going to go ahead and soak this for a little bit. And while this is soaking, I'm going to go over and complete some tasks from the other day. I started on Saturday, which was a little earlier in this video. I started on Saturday, excuse me, with the orchard and getting the blueberries and things ready, wound up picking green beans and things like that. So I want to still finish those tasks, and so I'm going to start now with I'm going to go ahead and fertilize and get my orchard together, my blueberries together, so they're ready for the winter. And yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and mix together my fertilizer mix, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So let's go. Okay, so here I am. I'm out in my little mini orchard, and I'm going to go ahead and get these taken care of. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blueberry bushes out here, and that is a blackberry bush, which I had said I was going to let it go, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it, I guess. And I may bring out I may get another blueberry plant. I don't know yet. Still trying to decide. But anyhow, so what I'm going to do is, you see in the top of this pot, we have some mini pine bark nuggets. I'm going to pull those pine bark nuggets. Ooh, that was a tongue twister. And I'm going to take those, I'm going to pull those out of this plant, this planter, and then I'm going to go ahead and mix together some ingredients. And let's go over here and see what I'm going to be adding. So in here, I'm going to put some, it's supposed to be a third of each, so it'll be a third compost. I don't make my own compost, so I had to purchase some, so I'm going to use that. Third of the sphagnum peat moss, and a third of and the peat moss, oh my god, why can't I say that, pine bark nuggets. So I'm going to mix those together, and I'm going to put those that's what's going to go back into the plant. And I'm also putting in some cottonseed meal. And in here I also have mixed some of the Espoma fertilizer for hyacinth plants. Okay, so what we're going to do now is to start by pulling this out. second season doing this. Well, my first season actually pulling the nuggets out, because I started last year with using this technique, and the blueberries that I got were really phenomenal. They were very big, much better than I have been getting on previous years. So I recommend you guys give this a shot. So I'll pull the majority of the pound bark nuggets out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and mix in here some sphagnum peat moss and also some compost, and I'm going to put a handful of this mixture of, and this is like a 50-50 split of cottonseed meal. And although I don't recall if throwing out the boxes where I got this technique from, I don't recall if he used the other type of fertilizer, but I do have the other fertilizer in here that I'm going to, I'll put it in the comments about everything I used. So put this around the drip line. And these obviously are grown in pots, so they're not going to keep as much nutrients as one that would be grown in the ground, because when rain comes, it's going to wash the fertilizer through. But like I said, I did this last year, this mixture, when I didn't start them, but you know, when I fertilized my plants, and it did wonders come spring. So let me grab the other ingredients. I'm going to put it in this container, mix it up, and put it in. Oh, making a mess. Woo. It doesn't have to be precise measurements. I'm basically eyeballing it here. And because I have a lot more in this bucket that I'm going to put in this pot, I'm using this on a couple of plants. We'll see how that works out. Whew, okay, let's mix it together here. If you watch my earlier videos, you'll notice that my orchard is very new, and the blueberry plants haven't grown on my patio in full sun. Well, there's not as much sun out here, but what we're going to do is, and you can get ready to be angry, you'll get over it. We're going to have a couple of trees that we're going to take down, and those trees, once they're gone, will basically bathe this area in sunlight, so everything out here will thrive. So, sorry nature, we're going to take the trees down. I've been wanting to take these trees down forever, but honey wanted to keep them. But since we have the orchard out here now, he has agreed to let them go. So now I'm going to just cover this up. I don't know, maybe I'll just roast it in here. I think I just broke a hole in the bottom of my container here. We'll see. Once I get this in, I am going to come back again and put some more pine bark nuggets in here. Well, at least on the top, just to give them some good insulation for the winter time. All right, stop spilling it on the ground, Charlene. All right. And the only other thing I'm going to do for my blueberries before I'm done with them for the fall or winter is I'm going to do a wave spray. I probably should have did it when it was greener. I might hold on the wave spray until the spring. We'll see. But I might go ahead and do a wave spray. But this one is done, and instead I'm going to put some pine bark nuggets on top, and I'm not going to keep you guys on camera while I do the other 4 plants. But yeah, so that's how I'm getting my blueberry bushes ready to go through the fall. Prayerfully, we'll get nice big blueberries again like we did last season, or in the spring, late spring. Hopefully we'll get some nice big blueberries like we did. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. So I'm going to take care of my other blueberry plants and get those done, and that'll be it for maybe I'll check. I also need to decide how I'm going to fertilize my grapes, because this is my first year doing grapes. And y'all can see there's a lot of first year things going on with me. So I'm sure I need to do something. If nothing else, I'll probably put the pine bark nuggets, some pine bark nuggets in here, and get those. So these will be ready to go through the fall and come back strong in the spring. All right. So now I'm going to go over and I'm going to plant those garlic bulbs that I just soaked. And it's only been soaking for about half an hour or so. Like I said, it doesn't have to soak for a very long time. I think the recommendation was no more than 36 hours. So I did. The last batch that I planted, I did those for unintentionally 48 hours. I was intending to soak them, come back home and plant them, and then, you know, things happen, life happened. Then I was going to plant them the next day, but I decided I'd rather go to church and fall on the ground and hurt myself So I didn't feel like getting out here and doing it. So the next day I came out on Monday and planted out that garlic. So I'm going to finish going and I'm going to go ahead and plant those out. So let me grab the garlic and then we'll go over and give you a small demonstration on how we do that. So I really didn't have a place that I was going to put these because I already planted out my garlic in this bed over here. But what I'm going to do is pull some of these turnips because I had planned on turning this bed into a onion bed. So I got some really nice turnips. Got some really nice turnips. So I'm going to pull this section out. I already planted some more turnips over in another bed over there, so we're good to go. Wish I had brought a basket out here, but I didn't. Oh well. So this is here for now. And I'm going to pull this whole section right here. This one's not quite as big, but the greens are good. Most of the greens are good. So I'm going to pull all of these. Get this section right here. The last few clothes and from what I understand, garlic doesn't like to grow with a bunch of stuff, so I don't like a lot of people around it. So I'm gonna this section right here, and that was one of the mistakes I think I made last year why I didn't get any growth out of the garlic that I planted, because I planted the garlic and my cabbage around the same time, and I'm thinking that that wasn't a good combination. Previous years I planted my garlic in the bed by themselves and they were already established by the time I went ahead and planted my tomatoes in between them. So this year I'm going to go ahead and plant these few right here in this row. I'll later on, not today because it doesn't work, but later on I'll go ahead and pull the rest of these turnip greens and I'll plant my onions in here. So mix some bone meal in here. I understand that's good for garlic. I hate it when I use bone meal and don't have a mask. It flies up like powder. And my rake is over there. Be right back. Let's walk over here and get my rake. I'm also going to come back later on, probably tomorrow, with some compost in here, and then the garlic will be done. So I plant my garlic about 4 inches deep. Just make it a hole. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like about 8 or 9 things going here. 4. 5, 6, 7. So I said 8. I made 9 holes because inevitably I miscount because there's a leaf in here, and So I already poured off the fertilizer, poured it on the other plant over there. So I'm gonna go ahead, and what you do, it's easier to show you with the larger head. So I just consider it like a rocket. So the pointy end goes up, the root end goes in bottom. So just stick it in the hole if you want it to go. And plant it. Easy. Do the same thing with the rest. Dump them in the hole, pointy side up like rocket ships. And what did I tell you? I was spot on with 9 holes because it's actually 9 pieces of garlic and not 8 like I counted originally. So everything is now in the ground. Voila, garlic is planted. So we got a lot done today. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I have to go to my paying job, so I'm going to get ready to end this right now. So oh, let me show you my peas real quick. That I got a few that I can go ahead and pick. I'll probably pick them when I get home from work, if it's not too dark, because it gets dark earlier now. But look at here, got me some lovely peas. The cool weather is doing them just fine. Some nice fat pods right there. My peas over here are doing good. I have a few over here on the fence. They're also doing well, and I'm going to pick those prayerfully this evening. Maybe not. Depends on the weather and how I feel when I get home from work. But I'm going to go ahead and take these turnips that I harvested into the house. And oh, yesterday I planted those garlic cloves, but I didn't cover it. Covered everything else except for that batch right there. So I'm going to go ahead, put those in, cover them up. That's what happens when you get distracted. And that'll be my gardening chores for today. So I want to thank you guys for joining me out here in Charlie's garden today. If you like the content, I ask you to go ahead and, hit the like button, subscribe so you can join me on my future ventures into the garden. My garden is not huge, but it's just enough for me, and just enough for me to be able to take care of. So like, subscribe, join us on our next video. Thanks. If you have any comments, be sure to leave them below. Thank you. Bye.